10/25, 2012. What do we have before us? We have the monthly chart on Apple Computer. And Apple Computer has made several lows today going into the earnings, 507 of them. We've been short the name from the 705 and traded long and short and long and short and long and short, and so goes the story. I can tell you that it will ring it up. What I would like to point out on Apple Computer before the earnings come out is, like we have always said, Apple was the darling of darlings and still is. But there's a big problem. In the shorter term, they're going to report the quarterly earnings. Everyone is anticipating the same outcome. And what I will tell people today, before the earnings report, and I have said this over a month ago, and I have said it many, many times. And the reason why I'm telling all of my MMTs, they're going to make a boatload of money on it. And they have already. They will continue to. What I would like to update people is that Apple could sell down on this monthly level, the 10-month moving average, and this is where you're going to go. It's 589.80 is that 10-month. Now, we think that the sales trends currently are not what people have modeled correctly. And what do I mean by that? We believe that they're going to fall short on some of the sales due to lots of reasons. Nonetheless, we think that the quarter is highly at risk. We think that there isn't a buying opportunity until you get down around, well, there is a 200-day simple moving average on a daily chart that people would look at on Apple. That's the green line down here, and it's on a daily chart now, and we'll take a look at the time frame. I'll draw a trend line across there, but nonetheless, we believe that we have taken the other side of what everyone else is anticipating, and so far we haven't missed a beat yet. The 200-day moving average is down here at 586 or so. Let's get the number. As far as that number goes, it's right around 586 or so. So basically what we're going to be telling people is the quarter is at risk. We believe that there's going to be, it's 586.95. We break below, and that's just a daily chart. However, that would come into play today. Yes, the 10-month moving average is at 589. So that 10-month and the daily 200 simple day on a daily, they're relatively close. We believe that the quarter is at risk. They're going to come in light on the sales. The revenue isn't going to quite be there. We don't think that the new product ramp and all of that has any significant movement until December. Yeah, you'll have trading ranges, sure. However, everybody believes that it's going to be a blowout quarter. And we don't think so. And what we see happening is a miss. And the title of this video is Apple Earnings Before the Fact, Not After the Fact. That is the title of the video. The reason why is because MMTs are taught how to maneuver markets using calls and puts and various different strategies that will happen and do happen and will continue to happen. And what we're saying is that Apple is sold down going into the earnings, which is bringing people in off of the lows. I would not hold this stock overnight, and you have been told. And the reason why is the risk is too great. Everyone is anticipating a blowout quarter. Everyone is anticipating the same results that it's done in previous quarters. Yes, they've executed well. They've done everything well. But let us not forget the stock was at $705 up here where we were selling short. And it has a big monthly distribution. It's gone straight down here. It's broken this monthly support. And the 10-month moving averages and the 200 simple day moving average comes into play. The best way to trade this name, we've already been short the name. So we're not even going to buy up and out of the money calls because we don't feel that that would be the right thing to do. Tomorrow morning, when they open up, if they sell down to the monthly moving average, that would be a trade and that would be a bounce. We're not saying that they don't do well. No one ever said that. We're not saying they don't execute well. No one ever said that either. They have been at a certain growth rate that other companies can never achieve. However, where are those margins going to be maintainable at 20%? We really won't know until we get a lot more sales that are going to be out. And another thing that we're telling people is to wait to buy Apple and to let the report get out of the way. Do not put yourself in harm's way. Do not. Yes, you sold down from 620 to again $14.67. Another big short today. The other day it was 633. All the way back down to 607, which is another lower low than the other lows where we got great bounces off the bottom for trades to exit, but then to continuously sell short. We have the same view. We will not be changing our view. And the thing about it is, MMTs, it's got to be before the fact, not after the fact. That's why you're here. So what we will do this evening is we'll have limit orders out to buy the name. Right down there on top of that 10-month moving average in after hours. If this thing tanks in the after hours because you got too many people believing that they can't miss a quarter, or that sales are going to be above what analysts had put in their models, they're wrong. They're going to come in light on some of the products. And there was a lot of constraints in there. So once again, they report They report today after the close, and once again, it has sold down going into the earnings, which you would like to see a name like this do for a pop. And the resistance levels and trading ranges would be, let's say, the 200-day simple moving average and the 10-month moving average. And the upside is going to be right around 627. That would be the upside. If they pop on the initial release, we will have short sales out there at 627 above the market. Oh, yes, we will. And the day is young. The moment is young. Earnings haven't been that great across the board. Election cycle, product cycles for Apple. The Samsung case, they're going to win that victory. They did once and it went back to court, and they're going to, Samsung has violated some patents in here and whatnot. The thing about it is, it's going to be the maintainable sales growth and the amount of new iPhones and this new mini iPad that they're coming out with. Is the fact of it is that it would take time to increase those numbers, but within the overall experiences that people are having with the product right now, some people are happy, but there's a lot who are not. It's very controversial. Look for Apple to trade lower in after hours. Initially, you will get a pop on the headline. Then there will be a sell short gap in after hours. This is all before the fact, not after the fact. And this is our earnings preview. And yes, normally we would be buying this thing up all day long. But we don't feel that the crowd or the way they've modeled their sales models, analyst community, is right. They're going to have to change those models and bring them more into reality. which could cause this stock to sell down to the 10-month moving average and the 200 simple day moving average. We will evaluate how much money we make off of it because we would buy that initial dip and then sell right back into that rip.